Hey everyone, it's Curious Joyce. Disclaimer right off the back, I am sorry for the noise. I can't do anything about that. I'm at work. I gotta fit in where I can. So, today is about TV shows that I've watched and enjoyed. Heads up, there are TV shows who are kind of like woke media, and if you don't know what that is, I explained it in my last video, but the storyline is so good that I didn't care. I was like, okay, alright, I'm crying, having a lot of existential crisis moments, but I love it. So, going into that, the first TV show I watched is The Boys. The Boys is very bloody, a lot of violence, but the right amount. Is that weird to say? This is the right amount of violence. I like that show, first of all, because of that. It has a good ratio, I think, of violence to nudity to humor. It's not too much. The storyline is very realistic. It's basically, well, it's achievable in like maybe 5-10 years, and now we know what it looks like if we let superheroes with bad intentions have sponsors. Another thing I like is that there is no clear hero. There's no clear protagonist, and I really like that. I don't know, like if you've seen The Boys, which I haven't finished yet, so no spoilers please. I'm on episode 3 of season 2. I'm taking my time. I'm processing. Who is your favorite character, and who do you think is a good character? Because everybody, and I'm not going to say what, but everybody in that show is bad. They're bad. And I'm so happy, and shout out to my coworker for getting me into it in the first place. The next show I really, really like, and heads up, it is a cry fest. Cry alert, cry alert. The show Pose, so beautifully made, so well written, so many emotions. I love this show because, for me, it's educational. I don't know about what the people of the LGBTQ plus community go through, and Pose teaches you a lot. Some of it I knew, like the discrimination they were facing, but to actually see it played out, I'm just like hurting for those characters, and it's real life. It's like, it's not fiction. Like, although the characters may or may not be like real, some of them are based off of real people, but these are real experiences. So first of all, I love the show for being educational and teaching me what's it like to be a trans woman in New York in the 80s. My favorite character, hands down, is Elektra. Okay, so I know she's problematic in the beginning. She gets better towards the end. But you know what that is? Growth. She grew, she evolved, but not so much that she loses who she is. Yes, she's nicer towards the end, but she still has her sass. She still has her, like, that demeanor she has. She's like, I'm Elektra. What do you mean? If you see the show, you'll understand what I'm saying. I'm trying not to give too much away, but if you are into Glee, that's really the only example I have, because one of the writers or producers from Glee makes the show Pose. And so if you're into Glee and you identified with Brittany, or you love the character Brittany, or the character Naya Rivera played, I'm sorry if I butchered your last name, then you would enjoy Pose. I think so. But like I said, cry alert. I love the show Lucifer. First off, here's a small synopsis. Basically, it's like, what would happen if the devil went on vacation and went to LA? First of all, why LA? I'm just kidding. But right off the bat, it's a great show. A lot of funny characters, relatable characters. Everybody grows in that show, especially Maze. She has growth too. She has a lot she goes through, especially in the new season. But I really love the show because everybody has just like a good backstory, and they're not boring. They have layers. Like Shrek, they have layers. Not like onions, more like macaroons. I don't know. They have like 1, 2, 3, like 3 layers of a backstory. But one thing I was like about was the new season at first, the way it started with like, oh look, Lucifer's back in hell because he has to go do his job. Twin brother is here, Michael, let's see who can figure it out. And I'm just like, oh really, we're doing that, telenovela style. He's a twin. it worked after a while, but at first I was like, are you kidding me? But I saw it through. So if you haven't started the new season of Lucifer, see it through. I guarantee you it's good. But another thing, I was like, are you kidding me? And then this is just a joke. Just a joke. Disclaimer, joke alert. The whole franchise, Lucifer is like, Chloe, detective. I love you. This is who I am. I haven't been lying. I am Lucifer. I love you. She's like, nah, I'm good. For a lot of seasons, she's like, nah, I'm good. Nah, I'm good. Nah, I'm good. Who says no to Tom Ellis? Have you seen him? Anyways, all respect to her. Obviously, you don't have to say yes, but just in my, if I was in her shoes, and he's like, I love you. I'm like, let's get married. He's like, but let's get married. So I really love that show. It's great characters, great story, great location, LA. I don't think the show would last that long, but they've been impressing me. And that cliffhanger though, I'm not gonna say who, I thought it was gonna be Morgan Freeman, but it wasn't. And it was somebody else very great that we see all the time in commercials. I'm not gonna tell you who, but if you haven't seen it already, see and finish the last season of Lucifer. You're not gonna regret it. And I'm pretty sure you don't cry that much watching the show. I don't know. To each his own. This next show was recommended to me by a billboard, and I don't regret that decision. The show What We Do in the Shadows is very funny. There are 3 vampires, 1 energy vampire, and a familiar. If you watch Harry Potter, usually a familiar is like, you know, a cat or an owl. No, this familiar is a human. I didn't know till this show that humans can be familiars, like for vampires. But this familiar is like underpaid, underrespected, and you see, as Nandor's calls him, Guillermo. I don't know how he says it. I can't do that accent. Guillermo. As you'll learn more about Guillermo, and he evolves in a very unexpected way. I'm sorry, spoiler. Turns out he's from a vampire killing family. That's fun. The whole thing, it's like you can watch any episode of What We Do in the Shadows, and it will make sense to you. Because it's like one of those shows you don't need to watch continuously. It's not very a linear narrative, but if you want to give it a shot, I would recommend watching it from the beginning so you can understand how and why there's like a talking doll, or why Guillermo keeps accidentally killing vampires that aren't the people who live with him. Or are they? And my favorite episode out of all of them is when they had a ghost and they denied themselves of having ghosts. They're vampires, but they don't believe in ghosts. That's where they draw the line. Ghost. So, in total, that show is very funny. I would recommend it to anyone who wants to turn off their brain for a minute, but then also laugh. It's not too bad. Like, there are shows that turn off your brain too much. This one won't kill you that much.